The next origin is the Voidling origin. This one is created by Pupsy from the Origins Discord server. I'm 90% sure this is entirely unrelated to the one that I covered previously, middle of last year. Definitely. Okay, immediately we're off to a start. The Voidling is a 3-impact origin. Creatures born from the void, a mysterious thing found between dimensions. They are formless and not bound to any state of matter. Yeah, if I go underground, I no longer have that darkness. That's so trippy. Okay. Underground man time now. Mist form. You change the state of your body by turning into mist, allowing you to fly and phase through blocks for a few seconds, including bedrock. Activate his ability with G. So, it's a few seconds. Phase through the walls. And there it is. Stops. But you don't suffocate. That's interesting. Your mist form ability allows you to go through blocks of all calibers, including bedrock, for a very brief amount of time. I literally went right through bedrock. Wait, what the? Oh! Well, I'm so confused. Tear a wormhole. You can tear a hole through the void, creating 2 portals. Any entity can go through them. Using this ability while sneaking will open the second portal underground. If you're underground, it will be opened on the surface. So press the Y button and then hold shift. And then it'll... Oh, you use the ability whilst you're holding down shift to open... I'm an idiot. Press shift and hit Y. The other portal should open up on the surface. No, it just opens up further underground. So we go through this again. We're back up to -10 and 39. Okay, so it just allows you to move around very quickly. That's interesting. Black hole. You can create a temporary black hole, pulling in any nearby entities. This is an active ability with X. That's pretty interesting. Are they just stuck there now for a little while? How long are they stuck there for? Till now. Okay, that's an interesting ability. It's got a very long cooldown. Like, look at that bar. It's barely started to fill up. But that looks so interesting. They wanted a group hug. Yeah, they did. I just did 100,000. We reset the cooldown. I figured it out a little bit. You're watching an inexperienced modder do things. So let's press X now. And now this should activate the ability proper. So I would say that's a... Depending on, like, if you're lower than it, it doesn't affect you anywhere near as much if you're above it. Let's, it's like, what? If we put that down here, will it pull all of the mobs that are above us up down to here? Not close enough. So about here is when the pull seems to kick. That's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 10 to 10 blocks. I don't know if I want to summon Death in here. It seems to have an effect on the warden. Yeah, it gets the warden. I don't know about the wither, nor am I willing to attempt that because that's just going to be a pain. Summon. Would you ever have any plans on making some... Okay, actually, I'll get to that in a moment. Hey, Wither boy, how you doing over there? You seem to be a touch stuck. Invitation. If you're close enough to the void, you can teleport to it, inviting any nearby entities to come with you. There are portals in the void, letting other entities escape. So you can activate this with C. So I would say this is close enough to the void. Press C. Oh, here we go. And we're back into this area again. Woo. C does not take you back. Void travel. You can travel through the void, allowing you to fly whilst in the void. Toggle with the middle mouse plus sprint and travel to other dimensions. The overworld, Nether, and End are stacked on top of each other, with voids in between so you can travel through. Flying up in a void takes you to the dimension above, whilst falling down takes you to the dimension below. You can only access dimensions in this way if you've already visited them normally. There are also portals in the void spawning naturally that take you to the dimension above. Okay, so you can just fly up. Up we go! And now we go up. Oh, okay, I get this. This is actually really... Okay, so I'm starting to gather how this origin functions. So, I wish it was in slightly a different order of how it describes the powers to you. So, you have a void dimension between every single dimension. If we just take ourselves to multiple dimensions here, just so we can get to them. Because I didn't go to the Nether last stream, apparently. Now that we've been to all the dimensions, we should be able to just drop through the void, and then we'll end up in this void dimension here, which is full of bedrock. That's cool. Then if we drop down this one, we go to the overworld. Yeah, we're now back in the overworld. So use this ability and we just dive through the world. And then we'll dive through the world into the next void dimension with our flight on. Let's fall through this dimension. And then I believe the next one will be the Nether, right? Yes, we're in the Nether. Yeah, we're in the Nether now. And then with this, we continue going downwards. We go downwards again, and then we're back into this voidy area. If we fall through this one, we then end up in the end dimension. Though, because we're in a place in the end dimension, we just fell right through. That's actually really cool. A void body. You're a creature from the void, looking and sounding different than humans, as well as being immune to suffocation, falling, and the void. That's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, so you have an easy way to travel through the dimensions if you're smart and once you access them all. But the biggest thing is you can't, like the void, the in-between void sections are completely useless to you unless you've traveled to all of the dimensions. But once you've done that, it can make your life so much easier, because then you can travel to the end dimension pretty easily. And if you're in the end dimension and you want to go back home, you can just jump through the void and you'll be good. You'll be able to get back to the overworld pretty easily, which is really, really cool. I like... Oh, and yeah, your character is a bit darker. You can see through him. He's pretty neat like that. A void spawn. You spawn in your place of birth, the first layer of the void, between the overworld and the Nether. Okay, so your spawning point is usually in the first void section. Oh, I can't show this case that here because you can't use kill commands on yourself with this origin. You just can't self-die. Can I die from a skeleton? Very much so. So now we should be in the first void section. Yeah, here we are. We're now in the first void section. And then if we just sprint and then press the middle mouse button, we can then fly in the void. which we can then use this to get out of this dimension and back to the overworld, which if we wait a moment, we should get the loading world section. Joining world. We then fly back up into this void here by reactivating the abilities, and then we press G, our main ability, to get through the bedrock, and then now we're in the overworld. That is really cool. I like this, but it's like, that's really cool. This will make starting out in Minecraft a lot more difficult, because when you come up from your void spawn, you'll be at the bottom surface of the world, which, as we can see here, there's a lot of mobs in here that can kill you, and you don't exactly have many resources to start off with, and you have to make your way back up to the surface to even get wood, in most cases, unless you find an abandoned mineshaft. Sensitive eyes, being a creature of the void, you're extremely sensitive to light, blinding you in the sunlight, but being able to seek in the dark. Yeah, so if we go up to the surface world, whatever, this is good enough. So if we go back to creative mode here, when we're in the surface world, we will usually have night vision. We don't seem to have that now, but that's okay. If we set the time to day, yeah, we're blinded. That is such a cool effect, though. Price of power. Using your abilities or taking damage drains parts of your body, making you extremely hungry. Your hunger is equal to your max health, meaning if you have 5 hunger points missing, it decreases your max health by 5. X. Yeah, that burned through a bunch of our hunger. Our health has dropped a little bit because of that, and it keeps dropping as we lose more hunger.